think I've set the scores to 0. Yes. Okay, good. We are good to go.
All right, so back to board 1. Jesse Day is taking his draw. All right, so with an opening rack that's looking, let's see that last letter. Okay. Without an A favoring. Even,
there you go. We know where all the A's are.
Yes. Sammy's got all the A's on his rack. A cheeky suggestion of pass and hope for the bingo. And then a question of whether this is the penultimate game of the day. And yes, it is. This is game 3 of 4 in the afternoon. Someone has looked up ARG without the H at the end and with 4 A's in the front. Yeah, I don't think that's one of the variant spellings. And then a cheeky aardvark with that lovely little V swap in there. Liking that creativity there as well.
So what do we like here for Jesse? He's got roving plus F. He's got vigor plus NF.
Cal suggests fog, vogue, or change.
There's also, you wouldn't need to exchange here. You have decent plays that score 24 or 26. 24 points is better than 0 points.
Yeah.
Gonif, Gonif is an option, keeping RV as a leave. The computer says all of these options are fairly close. There's no standout best one. Roving is interesting because it takes all the hooks in the front. Oh, only 2, a D and a P, droving and proving. Would have guessed more than that for some reason. Oh, Jesse considering a shorter play. He's looking at Vogue. Oh, actually, the sim is saying that a shorter play is not bad. You could play Vogue or you could play Vor. And most interestingly of all, you could exchange just the V.
That's really interesting.
Yeah. So
I would not have gathered that rack would have drawn into many bingos.
Throwing makes a 7 with any one of C, D, E, F, G, K, L, M, O, S, T. That is a whole lot of possible 7-letter words.
It is, and I think also part of the reason why that might rank highly is because it's right at the start of the game. There's 12 E's in the bag out of all the letters that are there. So by permutation, there are a lot more opportunities to draw 4 in. Out of the bag is a 7, or have that E to play through other potential letters 4 and 8. So I can see some of the logic without considering the human factor as to why exchange V would go up fairly high.
The other interesting thing here is that Sammy's got an exchange rack of his own. So if you exchange 1, he's just going to exchange back, and then you'll probably get your 7 down a lot of the time. Anyway, Jesse doesn't choose exchanging the V. He chooses Vogue.
Yeah. Fox Frost says, is how I'd feel with Sammy's hand too. And it's like, yep, that's pretty valid. That is an kind of rack right there.
Yeah, and about gives the perfect spot for Feek, which is just what Jesse wants at this point.
Yeah.
So interesting choice by Sammy playing Ava to kind of fork the board open.
Yeah.
And yeah, Feek right away.
And he got feeked.
Calm down. Yeah, Feek is clearly best, and Jesse, to his credit, plays it quickly.
Was it? I'm actually trying to remember. Alec, maybe you remember. I think I may have played this against you playing TWL. I think I was playing as a last-minute player in New Orleans for a North American Scrabble Championship, and I was solidly playing Collins for the most part by then. I think it may have been against Alec. I played this by mistake, but you'll probably remember.
All
So
right.
that's a lovely 4-timer here for Sammy. That's something I see. Maybe there's more. It's a
Ooh.
pretty common word.
I'm gonna not cheat. I'm gonna try to find it. A lot of things are not double doubles like tamarind and diet.
Oh, he's got 2 T's. By the way.
Oh, okay. Chat's saying diatrita. And it looks like Sammy's also going to play diatrita. He finds it quickly. And diatrita is going to block Jesse from playing misinfer. So pretty big swing here as Jesse thought he was going to bingo, and now we'll see.
2017. There you go. I knew you'd remember Alec. I couldn't remember exactly where.
Oh, yeah. So instead of misinfer, Jesse's going to have interims for way less points, only 60 points for interims through the T. So he does still bingo, but not as good. Props to Sammy for finding diatrita. It is the only bingo possible. So Jesse's lead of 58-8 was short-lived.
Yeah. And for Roaster Ass is Sammy, also known as an upside down player. Yeah.
Oh, is he? Okay.
I believe he is.
I haven't played him in years. I don't remember.
There are also some of the people who, just to be interesting and confusing, they will play sometimes upside down, especially if they're in a time crunch, but otherwise they'll turn the board on certain turns. Those are the most rare people of all, because I usually tend to see people either do one or the other. Yeah, there you go. Exactly. Marlon says spin when he got it. I didn't remember him being outright upside down.
Upvote is not a word. Okay, good to know.
Yeah, upvote versus upvote. Not quite the same.
So for Jesse, interims is the only bingo here. I guess he's just being thorough to make sure of that, but I would be fairly confident that we're going to see interims eventually. Oh, and just as I say that, here it comes. What's up, Boat? Not much. What's up with you? All right, interims does come down. 118-90. Jesse retakes the lead, and now it's about pa for Sammy. About into the T in diatrita looks pretty natural here. There's also abattu, A-B-A-T-T-U. Seeing a lot of toady discussion in the chat.
Poor JD. But he did it to himself.
Yes. All right. So Sammy bingos with the first blank, but Jesse has drawn the second one.
Oh, and we're seeing that little issue there again with, am I seeing this wrong? Or is the blank actually slightly off sideways on Jesse's rack?
Oh, yeah, it might be sideways. Well, if you put the blank sideways on your own rack, you're
giving away some
telegraphing
valuable
something pretty bad.
information.
Yeah, that's you don't want your opponent knowing you've got a blank.
Yeah. Very astute opponent might notice that if it stays that way too long.
Yeah. Ooh, uplooked. Nice work by Rusumov in the chat. Yep. Ooh, there are 3 8-letter words with those 6 letters plus 2 blanks. Uplooked is 1, and who can find, not polka dot, good guess. Who can find one of the other 2? Kilo Pond, very nice from Joe Amokas, and there's one other that is pretty difficult. Probability order 38,439 is this last one.
Oof. Oof.
Well
It
within
is a
range,
type of
right?
bank loan. Type of bank loan.
There we go.
Drop lock is
Nice
the
one,
answer.
Lewis.
Very nice by Sidewinder, yeah. So about comes down from Sammy. Good play, I think. Either that or Abatu, they're both good. And none of the bingos we just discussed are playable for Jesse. Sad face.
Something like Luke's would go really well. and it's very difficult to see that Plux has that U hook in front. Like I've missed it once on a board.
Ooh, Plux to
So it's a
up low
completely
strike.
different word.
Cool.
That's a great little sequence if that works out. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so Jesse has Plux hooking the L to make aval. Very nice play there. Scores 35 and keeps the blank.
Yeah, for our North American players who are not familiar, Ava does take the L hook in Collins. So I learned that one the hard way a long time ago. When someone played it and I was like, I didn't think that worked. And yeah, that was not fun. Ooh, someone has looked up Pajki, and that's in reference to...
They've uplooked it?
Yep, nice. They looked up some of Sammy's rack there.
Ooh, yeah. Fun stuff for Sammy there. Pajki. Jesse taking his time. Yeah, Plux is not easy to spot, and there's other candidate options besides Plux. I mean, Cop KOP to the left of About is a nice scoring play there, 29. A lot to think about here if you're Jesse.
Oh, here's a fun one. Do any of you, before you look it up with the bot, do you know what Buzkashi means? I actually do. I want to see if anyone else knows for fun.
I hope it's not what I'm. Never mind. I'm just not even gonna.
No, it's
Okay.
not that. Buzkashi, it's a really obscure definition. It's just something where you either know it or you don't.
A sport played with a goat's head.
Very good, Jeremy.
What, is that right?
Yeah.
I thought he was kidding.
No, he's not. Very good.
Oh, Sidewinner knows it too. Okay.
Now you can type the definition request in the chat. This was one of Matthew O'Connor's trivia questions in Albany last weekend. Sick. I didn't know that. That's really cool. Foundering says, save the goats. So yeah, poor goats. Or their heads, more specifically. Goat lives matter. Yeah, poor goats. Buzkashi is goated. Yes, and that is the national sport of Afghanistan. That is true.
Wow. I'm learning so much this week.
See?
All right, then. Buzkashi, that is a crazy word.
It is.
I would definitely miss that in a Scrabble game.
It used to say head, now it says carcass. Yeah, no, it is played with the head. The definition mentions carcass. It is technically part of it, but it is supposed to be the head.
Okay, I don't think we saw this coming.
Oh, interesting.
No.
Plooped.
No. Not a thing. Not a valid thing.
All right, let us see. Is he actually, he hasn't hit the clock.
The suspense. He kind of straightens his tiles a little bit, thinks about it. Sammy's in his challenging stance. Oh my gosh. The drama. I can't take it. My heart is racing.
Oof. We like drama.
These are the most painful moments for us. We're just like
Yes.
sitting here waiting to see if he phonies or not.
Is he going to hit the clock?
He looks like he might challenge. Y'all are too much.
Oh, he's hit the clock. Sammy's going for an
And
instant
Sammy's going
challenge.
for it. Ah.
Yeah. He vetoed it. Very good.
All right.
They're looking it up on the phone. Yeah. Okay. So that will be a challenge. And
As Jesse minimizes the Wiggles Discord on his phone.
yeah. Solid challenge from Sammy.
You have plenty of time to think about it.
Aaron Bader mentions, did anyone catch Jesse's password?
Hey, Christian, can we clip that? Thanks. Just
You know
kidding.
what? I actually thought that in my head, Aaron, but I didn't say it out loud. But since you typed it. And copies and cha.
I've noticed that whenever Jesse has a phony challenged off, he puts the tiles back on his rack all askew and sideways. I think it's like a tilt thing. He's just mad at the tiles.
And Alec points out Capiz allows polka, which will allow him to score some.
Maybe that's why Sammy thought better of it. Interesting.
Yeah, he was starting to click on Capiz and picked it up. So remember when I was saying before that early in the game, Sammy will sometimes put things down, pick them back up, and down, pick them back up.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've seen it.
So if you sim this position with the full inference of the rack, Quackle's recommending plays that block plukes. For example, you can play Pavs into the S. It only scores 17, but it forces Jesse to find a different play besides plukes to score points next turn. It's interesting. No one should allow polka.
Oh. And Jeremy, Capiz and Cha is actually what Sammy was putting down before, but he picked it up because it allows Jesse to polka in response. And with perfect...
I think something like Zap would be quite well here. Because if Jesse plays plukes after that, the board is just absolutely dead. Like there's literally nothing. I don't think Diet Reader takes an S. So
I think you're correct.
The board is dead and gone after that. Like literally nothing on there. So
Diatrita is the plural of diatritum. So you're saying Zap to the left of about, just killing all those 8s. Yeah. Is that right? You're saying that, Zap?
yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, Zap followed by plukes, and then, yeah, I think you're right. That's interesting.
I think that's some of the... Yeah, exactly. Some of the human factor.
What's also interesting is that after Zap and then plukes, we have an exactly tied score, 153, 153.
So it looks like Sammy has opted to play Spiv.
Okay, interesting. So he knows that Jesse can't hook an S making spivs because he knows Jesse's rack. That's interesting. And he's also blocking plukes like we talked about, so very interesting.
So it looks like JD is going to play Cop alongside About.
Mm-hmm. And that is his best play.
And this leaves both sides of the board wide open for him, holding on to that blank. Really just needs one semi-decent draw and seems pretty likely to bingo here.
All right, so updating the score, it should be 147 to 131, a small Jesse lead, but it is Sammy on turn.
Big Dig Blue says, hi, hello, right back to you. Welcome to our stream. Hope you are enjoying what you have seen so far. So over to Sammy.
Looks like a little spin when you gotta just happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is have a look at the board and see what your next play is going to do for this board.
Yeah, he's lined up Sadik without the I.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think that's a word spelled that way, but
Yeah.
best valid plays include ads on the far left making aha. That scores 38. You could also consider a better leave if you want to play dits, D-I-T-Z through the I in interims. That would be 28 points, keeping ACDE. All sorts of other options as well.
Alex pointed out that Jesse Day now has Marigold through the I and Spiv if that does not go blocked.
Ah, very nice. Yeah.
Looks like Ditz is coming on down to the board through interim, so that does leave the open door for Marigold on this next turn.
Very nice.
There might be merit in playing something like Mangold as well, along with Abel,
Yep.
since it doesn't give the S away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Similar score. Marigold is 78, Mangold 75. So both good options. There's also an 8 through the A. Can anybody spot that one? Not easy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
See it?
I think I've seen it. Yeah.
see
It
it.
has a lot of variants.
Oh, is that right? There's a variant of that? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And the interesting thing about that word is it doesn't take an S, but almost all the other variants
It's
do
a,
in some form or other.
that's ridiculous. It's not anything like it. Whatever.
Um,
Of course, it's obsolete. Thanks, Jessica.
So I can tell you those are all related to the same root word. Those are all Latin. So like malgré would be the word that you use in French, and the exact definition is what they show in Zizipa. Malgrado, I don't remember using that anyway when I speak Spanish ever. But probably all related to the same root.
Well, Lord knows there's plenty of obscure words in all languages in the dictionary,
Yes.
so why would Spanish be any different?
Yep.
Ooh, looks like Jesse's going to miss his bingos here. Oh, or he's going to pick it up again and think a little longer. All right. I don't think there's any reason to pass up bingoing intentionally. I can't imagine.
Now that we have more people in the chat, it's actually a good time to ask again. Where's everyone watching from at the moment? We definitely had a solid set of answers early in the broadcast. How about now? Where's everyone watching from today? All right, so we've got Liverpool in the UK. We've got Germany, Austin, Texas, Quebec City. Excellent. Bon après-midi, Francis. We've got Goldie watching from South Africa. That explains the talk about Afrikaans. We've got Chris watching from Vancouver. Very good. North of San Francisco, Ottawa, Ontario, Toronto. We've got 5:26 a.m. in Malaysia. That is some dedication right there. Nice.
Looks like Sammy's going to find his best play here of cabin, doubling the C and the B. Nice high scoring non-bingo, 36 points.
Very nice.
Best.
We've also got, let's see, we've got Australia, awesome. Seattle, Kansas City, Missouri, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, Hamden, Connecticut, Laurel, Maryland, Lagos, and Nigeria. Maryland and France once again. Amazing. We got people from all over watching at the moment. So glad to have you all here. And Kuala Lumpur. Van and only. Is that Vanita?
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
wondering for a while. Hi.
All right, looks like Dangles is going to be the bingo from Jesse Day here. 89, pretty high scoring bingo as Jesse takes the lead here. And he's going to hit his clock pretty quickly. All right, so Jesse gets the bingo down fast, and he's up now by 66. As Sammy reaches into the bag for 6 random tiles to go with the C that he kept before. We'll see what he draws.
We've also got, let's see. Atlanta. Did we give Sammy the +5? Good question. Did we do that, Evans?
Yeah.
With cabin? Yeah, we do have that in the score, Stefan. Thank you.
Yep, he should be at 200, including the +5. Jounce is the best play here with the J. Yep, and he sees it right away. Nice job by Sammy to find Jounce, and that'll put him right back in it.
We've got two J names, two very common J names. And then, of course, Jesse, for me and my namesake, does not play on this board. But the short version, so the variant form of Jesse, works without the E as well at the end. And does anyone know the meaning of that word? Of course, I know because it's my name. But do any of you know what Jess and Jesse mean as far as the definition goes? Rebecca's so good. I am very, very impressed. Yes. Yeah, so it's to fasten a strap around the legs of a hawk, I believe is the specific definition. Very, very good. Yeah, Stefan, sure. We'll call it that.
All right, this just in, we've got our pairing for the next round. We're going to be watching David Whitley against Marlon Prudencio in the next round. That's
Very
gonna be
nice.
fun.
And we have a guest with us in studio for the rest. Pull up a chair, my man. We have got, he's not on screen, but you'll hear his voice in the background from here on. We have the one and only David Eldar joining us in studio.
Hey guys.
They can hear you. It's microphone's right in the computer like last time. So.
Oh, okay. They can hear us, but they can't see us.
Yeah.
All right.
We've got a very active chat this afternoon.
All right. Great.
You already have one fan shouting out your name. You're used to this, aren't you?
Yeah, every day. How's this going? I figured these guys are going to be way behind schedule, so I'll come and see what's going on.
So there's suggestions that uwu is 100% in the new Collins. I'd be happy with seeing uwu. I think it'd be pretty solid.
Those are bad letters.
Yeah, these are bad letters, and he's down by 50. So not a great spot for Sammy to be in here.
We have demands for more Deldar.
Thank you.
We have a question of what happened in Eldar versus Dave Weekend.
I completely set the game on fire and lost.
Oh,
yeah.
Saddest of days.
I'm not sure what happened to my brain. But yeah. Well, yep. Now trying to sit here and mope a bit.
There with best wishes of rest in peace for you.
yeah, that's what I deserve.
Jeremy Hildebrand suggests holiness. That one doesn't quite work yet.
All right.
How come he hasn't changed? Are there any playable words?
Not really. Play we, keeping Giiuu.
Yeah,
That's
so-
not great.
What's he?
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah.
He heard you.
That's a
Okay.
change of 7. Yeah.
I might change 6, keeping. Oh, there's a lot of more E's you can draw. You don't have to keep any E's.
Wow, interesting. He didn't keep the E. Yeah.
There's 6 more of them. I don't know.
Yeah, don't know. 2 E's is not the end of the world, but maybe.
Sure.
There's a floating E.
What if
I
he
guess.
gets 3? No.
Yeah, you could. I mean, that could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
He'd be screwed either way, I guess, if you drew
Wow,
3s.
this looks pretty bleak for Sammy, right?
Yeah.
This-
Especially because Jesse's best plays now are things like Ho parallel to G's that are going to block
Yeah.
up a lot of bingos and make things even harder for Sammy. If anybody in chat has some brilliant ideas, how can Sammy come back here? Please do share them. But yeah, it's going to be tough.
Kyle's suggestion is Ho, EE, OE, and ES for
Yep,
Sam next
that's
play. Yeah, so that's
exactly
good.
what
But
I'm
then,
talking about.
but then
Or wait,
Sammy's
is
next
it?
play, I guess, is the
EE.
one that we're looking for.
I think he means Ho
So
and HE. yeah.
Rebecca's suggestion is fish off an eye for epitaxy.
I think we're talking about the spot for epitaxy being blocked, though.
Yeah.
Like if Ho is played, that epitaxy parallel to Ava doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he plays HOE here. It would be pretty strange to do anything else, right?
Yeah, it's very straightforward. Like points, leave, and blocking up the things you want to block up. Like
Yeah.
what more can you want?
Ollie is wondering why G's is better than Josh in the position that
G
Jesse was in
versus
last turn.
Josh, you say?
We have someone who can provide some amazing insight that's sitting next to us.
Well, it's not. Oh wow! Actually, never mind. Pretty surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean the leave with.
Oh,
Josh
sorry, I
is
didn't realize. He had,
EES.
sorry, I didn't realize he had another S.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought his leave was. Oh, sorry, I thought it was this rack. I'm like his leave is EINE.
Oh, this is the
Yeah,
term
sorry.
before.
Yeah, I think HOSE is significantly better than EEES, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's
Yeah,
gotta be.
by like a really long way.
All right, so then Ho is coming down here for this current turn. Yeah, Sammy's definitely in a bit of a tough place. Yeti axis.
What's his? Oh, he's playing right.
Ditzy and Yeti, it looks like he's going for.
Okay.
It's points.
Yeah, it's 36. Pretty nice.
Yeah, except his left behind letters are A, I, and X.
Yeah.
And as is pointed out, Jesse Day has Saining, GG.
Oh, well.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's game over. He just plays genius now. There's a gneiss sign. It doesn't quite fit. Is that a word?
Not sure what. Nice. I'm not sure. Yeah, but signing and engines.
Not a word.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, engines.
yeah, signing clearly better because you don't want
Oh
to open
right,
up,
yeah.
open
Okay.
up triples.
Well, yeah. There's literally no way to win from here for Sammy, I guess.
Cat
Without
says, looks
some-
like Jesse could be fishing here with his seining net. Yeah. Huh.
Hmm.
Jesse looks like he's checking his tracking or counting something. I can't tell what he's doing with his hand there. I think he's just trying to make sure he tracked correctly.
Ice cream says lots of 3-letter words.
That tends to happen in Scrabble. 3-letter words get played.
Yep.
Yeah, so only 2 possible bingos here for Jesse. He's got signing parallel to the HA on the left side of the board, and then engines.
Is Ginny's not a word?
Ginny's is apparently not a word. I had to check it too. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Ginny's is not a word.
Okay, cool.
So Sammy
Jenny's.
comes down.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well.
All right. Signing is clearly the best play. You do not want to open triples, obviously. So yeah, Jesse makes the correct decision. And that should be lights out.
Yeah.
112-point lead.
He's got a good rack, but what? How many letters are even left? Not enough, I guess.
20 tiles unseen.
So,
13 in the bag.
Not enough for 2 bingos. in a row.
Time to focus on the less than 1% miracles.
We're
But
gonna see
can
some
anyone
triples blown
can
open?
anyone even think of one? Well, I don't think you can. You can't open a triple because he'll just block it. You need something probably through ES.
There's a very nice play of it. I'm wondering if Chat can spot, or if David can spot.
Whoa.
That
I haven't seen any.
scores in the high 60s and opens the board for you.
It's a
Oh,
perfect-
right, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a perfect eating plan, I believe, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, yeah.
Or a wholesome or holistic eating plan would be the way to look at it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But I imagine that still comes in at about 0%
Yeah, possibly.
or very close to it. That's not completely 0, but
Yeah, so at the bottom of the board, turning ES into Orexis is what I would imagine is the best play, although I can sim it for
Yeah.
Sammy here.
the problem is Jesse has a really good rack still, orality,
Oh, yeah.
and he'll can just play probably above that word somehow.
Yeah. Quackle seems to think that after Orexis, Sammy is about 5 or 6% to win the game. So
Well,
not
that's-
very good.
Yeah,
but not
and
impossible.
When Quackle says 5%, it's usually less because it doesn't predict that he's always going to block,
Yeah.
which he will as long as he has the means to, and he does have the means to.
All right, Sammy's going to play X's instead, it looks like.
Oh, that's a bad one.
And orality for Jesse. So we can pull up the unseen tile pool, I guess. There's 17 unseen, so 10 in the bag. I mean, this is the kind of situation where Sammy wants to bingo twice, and it's not even a good board for bingoing once. So
Yeah,
not a very good position. But
almost royalties.
oh, wow. Yeah, just off the board by 1 square, huh?
So Aditya, if you are Jesse in this somewhat protected, comfortable position, what do you do to basically preserve your win here? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think I just go for score here in outrun. So I see something like opacity. Opacity is a slick find.
Oh, pretty. Look at
That
that.
is a nice find.
Yeah,
P in the C. Very cool.
yeah. But of course, at the other end, the only realistic bingo lane is the ES, I guess. So maybe you want to be doing something about that. But I don't really see much that you can do there.
So his suggestion just now, since it's in our ears, is he was pointing out the nice little fit of opacity, but otherwise just to deal with the ES spot. What are your thoughts there,
Oh wow!
David Eldar?
Well, it's a very attractive play, but to win the game for Jesse, well, I don't think he can lose.
Yeah.
I think every play is 100% just about. So there's much of a muchness. Yeah, I
So-
mean, it's not a fun. That's not a fun answer, but that's the reality of the situation.
So would you go for the flashy points there in this case? Since it doesn't
Well,
matter?
I mean, yeah, it depends if you're trying to make the maximum spread or win the maximum fans
yeah.
with your fancy words.
But you clearly have lots of fans, so we know what choices you've
Yeah,
made in the
that's-
past.
yeah,
I think Jesse Day has so many fans already. He doesn't even need more. I mean, let's be
True.
honest.
That's true.
Topical. Whoops.
Oh, in the same sort of fit in there.
Oh, topical. Yeah, wow.
Oh wow, nice.
Oh, making Ita. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he has lots of fancy plays. But yeah, I think Queckle might even start showing 0% at this point.
Oh, yeah, I would imagine. Yeah, tough game for Sammy. Just got hit by a couple of untimely bingos, dangles for a big score, and then signing really just put this one away.
No. I think it's always interesting to see what Nigel plays in these situations when the game's dead. He always comes up with some really weird stuff. I actually think just YO here is best, isn't it? Nye and YO.
Yeah, probably.
Why wouldn't you just play that? I mean, you probably bingo a pretty significant amount through ES.
Oh, wow, interesting.
Like maybe 10% or something could be.
Wow, that sounds high for nines.
Really?
Well, I mean, first of all, you could draw like
Yeah, I mean,
UW. And,
Yeah, I guess you could be right. Maybe.
You also don't
5%.
want to draw like more R's.
Yeah,
Yeah.
could be right. Is there a way to check? You could probably. Oh no, you have to. Yeah,
I
you
guess
have to play around with it a bit to. You'd have to block out one line. Yeah. To get an honest result.
You were correct, about 11 or 12% to bingo.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
But that probably counts on him opening a bit as well by mistakenly to the E.
True.
So I guess it's probably more like 5. So I think you were actually right. So more like 5% or something.
It looks like Sammy's played Wraith.
Although yeah, then stuff like that does.
Wait,
happen.
hang on. Did we miss 2 moves?
Jesse correct? Well, in my
Oh, Yo, yeah.
It
So
was Jesse's
played
turn.
YO.
Now, what did-
Okay,
yeah,
Yo was
Jesse played
there.
YO, okay.
And then
Sammy has REI and then arrow. Okay. So Sammy doing what he can to open the board, but I think it's a little bit too little too late.
Yeah.
so 12 unseen tiles. That means 5 in the bag.
Yep. And very nice play available for Jesse here of Gallo between the disconnected G and O in Vog and Jounce. 28 points. Pretty
Ooh,
nice.
that's cute. Gallo. Sounds like there could be some extensions to that. Take a look.
We have a question of what is the next game on board 1? Evans, do we know that yet?
Yes, we do. All right, we're going to have Marlon Prudencio and David Whitley coming up next. Two
Okay.
guys who are a lot of fun to watch play, and we haven't had them on table 1 yet. So
All
we're going to
right.
bring those two in for the last game of the day.
Okay, there's 2 long words that start with Gallo. Gallow. See if you can get them without cheating, guys. I think it's the kind of thing you might either know or not know. But I'm curious to see. Yeah, it's obviously Galloway. I'm not even going to bother quizzing you guys on that.
Someone has put Galloween. Galloween.
Oh, Gallowing. That's not long enough. Let's go longer.
Gallow's wife.
Gallo's wife. Oh.
That's a good guess. Reminds me of Housewife Skep. You know that?
Housewife what?
Skep?
Skip?
Skep?
Marlon says Gallows is.
Gallowses, yeah, but we're going to need longer.
What? What is that? Housewife skip? Oh my gosh.
Gallow Bird, nice try. Gallowance, that's a good guess.
Oh, allowance takes a G.
One is a bird that's, yeah, one is a household item. And one is a descriptive quality of the gallows.
So Gallo's like.
Getting there.
Gallows esque.
Gallo, Gallo, good guess. Gallowness, so close.
Gallowless?
Gallowsness, guys. Gallowsness, not gallowness. That'd be ridiculous. And the other answer was Gallo glass.
Oh, wow.
Gallo stage, that was a good guess too. So Gallo glass and Gallowsness, unless I misread.
Oh, a nice job, Jesse. He does find Gallo, which is the best play. Good work.
All right, guys. I'm going back to playing.
This was fun. We enjoyed it.
Best of luck.
Nice to see everybody and enjoy.
All right, see you later. Thanks for popping by.
Sure.
It's a fun little quiz.
That was fun.
That's one I did not know at all.
I already forgot. Gallows glass. All right. Orf is the play from Sammy. And a good old ooh turl for Jesse here.
Woo.
So Jesse is comfortably ahead in the end game. Looks like he will improve to 8 and 5. A quick peek at the standings. It looks like Dave Wiegand has won again. He is now 12 and 1.
3 games clear of the field.
3 games clear of the field
That's
and
sick.
spread.
That's sick.
Oh, he's only 2 games clear. Excuse
Okay.
me. Evan Borowski won, so he's 10 and 3. Evan is 2 games back from Dave.
Okay, so 2 games clear of him, 3 on the rest, but he's still like 300 spread up on Evans. That's impressive.
And check out the surge from Ben Schombrun, who I think was middle of the pack earlier today. He is now 9 and 4 in 4th place
Very impressive.
overall in the field. Actually, he's 9 and 4 with a spread of 50.
I was gonna
So
say, he
a lot of
obviously-
close wins, I'm guessing.
He obviously had a rough go spread-wise based on it being so low while being 9 and 4. So nice recovery. Really has fought hard to come back.
Yeah, it looks like Ben has wins today over a bunch of people. Oh, if I can get this to work. I'll find them. It looks like he beat Thomas Reinke in 1 game and Femi.
Okay, this has to be Tim Weiss based on these comments. Is Ben still wearing that sad toupee? That has to be Tim Weiss.
If you're referring to his Guy Fieri hat, that is not a sad toupee. That is a very happy toupee. You take that back, sir.
Matthew Tunnicliffe says Dave Wiegand once found a bingo in a bowl of corn chowder. I love it. Wheato. Yeah, that's got to be Tim. So let's just make sure I haven't missed anything. So was played, and then Tar and Ruliest is being played to empty the bag here. I'm not empty bag, empty his rack, pardon me, and thus end the game.
All right, so we got we got Tower,
And then
and we got
Ruliest.
Ruliest to end the game. All right, a final score of Jesse Day 475, Sammy Okosagah 406. Nicely played.
Excellent
Props
game.
to Jesse on the win.
Yes. So, Aditya, any comments? Obviously, we got another game that, despite the scoreline being, 70 in the difference, which is not huge at the end, definitely was decided for a little bit of time here. What are your thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think Jesse played really well throughout, despite phoning once. We all do that most of the time. Like, he spotted stuff like Gallo. That was really good. And yeah, I think Spiv is something that really strikes me. I'm not really a fan of that. So maybe that would have been the changing point. It's difficult to say. But yeah, like playing Spiv when the opponent has a blank, maybe that's something that I would have thought about again. But yeah, overall, I think great game. Pretty high scoring, once again, as we expect from Table 1 game.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty well played as well. I would agree that I'd look at the turn that Spiv was played. I don't know if I'd point to it necessarily as a right or wrong play, but definitely this position is one that would and did garner some discussion, given the inference of what Jesse Day's rack is, what you do about that. I think there's lots of ways to look at it. I don't know if I would have played Spiv either, but I bet there's a lot of really interesting logic behind why he did. Clearly to block Plukes, was the primary objective, but I'm not sure I would have played that either. Evans, what do you think? Would you have played Spiv? in that position?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was a situation where Sammy sensed that he was an underdog in the game, seeing as his opponent has a blank and has a strong rack. And I think he might have played Spiv, first of all, to block Plukes, which was the best play. And second of all, to create some volatility in the situation. So I understand the reasons why Spiv might make sense. Me personally, I might not have done it. It's a little wild, you could say.